Hello teachers, today my group will present about the chapter 15 and 16. The title of chapter 15 is advertising and the chapter 16 is public relations. So as you know, advertising and public relations is the type of the marketing and this uh, play an important role in advertising as well as the campaign advertising of the business. First, at my part, what is the I will introduce the definition about the advertising. So what is advertising? Mm, so advertising is the backdrop of non-personal presentations and promotion of the idea, goods, or the service by identified sponsors. And advertising can be traced back to the very beginning of the record history. Uh, Although advertising is used mostly by the business firms, a wide range of the non-for-profit organizations, professionals, and the social agency also use advertising to promote their cause to the various target publics. And as you can see in the worldwide, the many corporations or the big companies use advertising is one of the way of the way marketing to their product to their company. And the next part might
I will discuss about Chapter 13. Retailers must constantly adapt their marketing strategy and methods to today's challenging, fast-changing retail environment. The rise of huge mass merchandiser and specialty superstore, the formation of vertical marketing system, and rush of retail merger and acquisition have created a core of superpower mega retailer. With their size and buying power, these end retailers can offer better merchandise selections, good service, and strong price saving to consumers. As a result, they grow even larger by squeezing out their smaller, quicker competitor. Growing importance of retail technology provide better forecast, inventory control, electronic ordering, transfer of information, scanning, online transaction, processing, improved merchandise handling system, and the ability to connect with customer retail convergence involve merging consumers, producer prices, and retailer, creating greater competition for retailer and more incredible difficulty in differentiating offerings. Roles of non-store retailing include mail order, television, phones, and the final is online. The whole of retailing concept states that many new types of retailing firms begin as low margin, low price, low status operation and challenge established retailer. As they succeed, they upgrade their facility and offer more services, increasing their costs and forcing them to increase prices. And move on, we'll discuss about wholesaling. Whereas retailers sell goods and services directly to final consumers for personal use, wholesalers sell primarily to those buying for resale or business use. Because wholesalers operate behind the scenes, they are largely unknown to final consumer, but they are essential to their business. Customer selling and promoting. Wholesaler sales forces have manufacturers reach many small customers cheaply. The wholesaler has more contact and is often more trusted by the buyer than the distant manufacturer. Buying and assortment building. Wholesaler can select items and build assortment their customer need, saving much work. Breaking wholesalers save their customer money by buying in the colored lots and breaking large lots into small quantity where housing wholesaler hold inventory reducing supplier and customer inventory costs and risk transportation. Wholesaler can provide quicker delivery to buyer because they are closer to buyer than producer. Financing. Wholesaler finance their customer by giving credit and finance their supplier by ordering early and paying bills on time. Risk-bearing. Wholesaler absorb risk by taking title and bearing the cost of theft, damage, spoilage, and obsolescence. Market information. Wholesaler inform supplier and customer about competitor, new product and price development. Management services and advice. Wholesaler often help retailer train their sales clerk, improve store layouts and display. That's it for chapter 13. So thank you for your time and your being attention. Please wait some second. We will move on to discuss chapter 14.
Hello everyone, and now I will continue to present the next part of our group presentation. This part is the personal selling process, and now I will give you the steps in the selling process. But the first one is the prospecting and qualifying. The first step of the selling process is the prospecting, identifying qualified potential customer. Approaching the right customer is crucial to selling success. A salesperson also needs to know how to qualify listees and how to identify one and screen out the poor one. Prospect can be qualified by looking at the financial quality, value of the business, business location, and possibility for growth. The next part is the pre-approach and approach. Before calling on a prospect, the salesperson should learns as much as possible about the organization. And after that, the salesperson success core objective, which may be to qualify the prospect, gathering information, or make an immediately sell. During the approach step, the salesperson should know how to meet and greet the buyer and get the relationship off to a good start. The approach might take place offline or online, in person or via digital conference. So the third step is the presentation and demonstration. During the presentation step of the selling process, the salesperson tells the value story to the buyer, showing how the company offers solve the customer problem. The customer solution approach fits better with today's relation. The fourth step is the handling objection. Customer almost always have an objection during the presentation or ask us to an order. The objections can be either logical or psychological, psychological, and they are uh, often respond in handling objection. The salesperson should use the positive approach, seek out hidden objection, ask the buyer to clarify any objection, take objection as the opportunity to provide more information, and turn the objections into reasons for buying. Every salesperson needs training in the skill of handling objection. So the last one is the closing and follow-up. After handling the prospect objection, the salesperson may try to do sell. However, some salesperson do not get around to closing or don't handle it well. They may lack the confidence, feel guilty about asking for the order, or fail to recognize the right moment to close the sale. And after you up the sale or closing, you must continue to follow up the customer. If necessary, if the salesperson want to ensure customer satisfaction and repeat business. Right after closing, the salesperson should complete any detail in delivery time, purchase term, and other matter. The salesperson then should schedule a follow-up call after the buyer receives the retailer order to make sure proper installation, instruction, and serving occur. So how about the personal selling and managing customer relationship? The step in just describe selling process are transaction oriented. Successful sales organization recognize that uh, winning and keeping account require more than expecting good product and directing the sales force to close lots of sales. If the company wishes only to capture short-term business, it can do this by simply slashing its price to meet or beat those of competitor. Instead, most companies want their salespeople to practice value selling, demonstrating, delivering superior customer value, and capturing a return on the value that is for both the customer and the company. So if the company want to success the business, they also apply the self-promotion. Personal selling and advertising often work closely with another promotion tool, self-promotion. Self-promotion consists of short-term incentives to encourage the portrayal of sale of a product or services. Whereas advertising offers reason to buy a product or services, self-promotion offers reason to buy now. uh, and the last is the rapid growth of the self-promotion. It's, this is considered of a short-term incentive to encourage self-portray and help the company to get more advantage from the self-promotion campaign. So this is the last of my group presentation. Thank you for listening for chapter 15 and chapter 16 of group 1. Thank you so much.
Hello teacher, welcome to my group 1 presentation. Today we will talk about the chapter 16, personal selling and self-promotion. Now let's move on to today's agenda. Today we will talk about personal selling, the nature of personal selling, managing sales for the personal selling process. Next session is self-promotion. This is the answer for the question how shall combine, develop and implement. First, we will have to know what is personal selling. Personal selling consists of interpersonal interaction with customer and prospects to make sale and maintain customer relationship. Personal selling is one of the oldest jobs in the world. An individual who represents a company to customers by performing one or more of the following activities: prospecting, communicating, selling, servicing, information gathering, and building relationships is called a salesperson. The role of personal selling is different from company to company. However, in most firms, firstly, it is a critical link between company and customer. The salesperson represents the company when talking to the customer. They would find and build relationship with customer by listening and engaging with with customer want and need. But to companies, the salesperson also represents the customer. So they would learn about customer needs and then work with different department within the company to create great customer value. For example, suppose that the company has a sale home insurance. The salesperson has to find customer and represent the insurance product type. Customer in turn help the salesperson the need, and the salesperson had to work with another department such as marketing, finance, and so on to offer a unique cost customized plan and discount to fit with the specific home situation. Secondly, Salesforce help to coordinate marketing and Salesforce marketing functions such as marketing planner, brand manager resources should work closely to deliver better customer value instead of working separately. Companies should not treat these tools as separate functions. They should instead increase communication and opportunity to sell for and marketing to work together. They can also join objective and reward system to help marketing and sales force program and efforts. Finally, they should have a higher level of manager to oversee both sales and marketing function. So, to achieve and exceed the expected sales through the sales force, company must have a sales force management to manage the sales force performance. And here are the six mature steps that need to be done in the sales force management. The first is and the first is designing sales force strategy and structure. In the next step is involving with the individual. The second step is recruiting and selecting sales people. The third is training sales people. After that, in the fourth step, the organization organization should compensate compensate sales people. And in the fifth step is a supervising sales people. And finally is a evaluating sales people. That is the end of my presentation about chapter 16. Thank you for listening and hope you guys can get the useful information.